Hey everybody, it's Ethan. And the cat's tail. um, Today is my 10-month mark on hormones. So, this past month, I decided to, on my own, change up my dose a little bit. All I really did, which was something they told me I could do from the beginning, but my doctor really didn't want me to change it. Anyway, I did it. But So I just lowered my dose to zero point 0.5 every week. I was at a full dose, one cc every 10 days. So when you do the math, it actually kind of works out to be less over the course of a month. But yeah, so far. Oh, and I stopped taking the Arimidex. Um, so far, I don't know. I haven't really seen much difference, but I do feel a little more stable. I think I was having some of those lows right before I needed my next shot with the 10-day cycle, so 10 days might have been a little too long for me. Um, so I've only been doing that for the last 3 weeks, so we'll see what happens. Um, Other than that, uh, we just passed the holidays. I went to see my family with my partner. I brought her to see my family for Christmas. Actually, we went the day after Christmas, and it was a really good experience. I told my family about beginning transition and just that I was trans. I came out back in February, so almost a year ago. Um, my parents knew a little bit before that because I come out to them separately. But the rest of my family I told through a letter in February last year. So a lot has changed this year for them, and I don't get to see them very often. I saw them back in May, right after I started hormones, and I haven't really seen them since then. So, and we're on opposite coasts. I'm on the west coast; they're on the east coast. So, yeah, I don't get to see them much, but I will say it was amazing to see how much they really just fully accepted this whole transition, and I know I am extremely lucky to have that, and I'm really happy about it. Um, in fact, the night that we got into town, my cousin, we had a big family dinner. This is the first time in 5 years my whole mom's side of the family has been together, and we had a big dinner together, and my cousin stood up. A religious family, so he stood up to give a blessing, but he also wanted to talk for a few minutes before, and he just talked about how big a year it has been. We've had some family, um, we've had some things happen to our family this year that haven't been great, flooding and deaths, and so it's been a tough year, but also one of a lot of change. And he did mention he's been so happy to see how the family has really embraced me in my transition, and just is really excited to see the love that has come out of it, from everybody. And we have a pretty big family, so yeah, it's been really great. That was great, and they totally, um, fully accepted my partner, which, I mean, I don't know why they wouldn't, but yeah, it was really great. I've never brought a partner around my family before, and it was a really great experience. I really enjoyed it. I know my partner really enjoyed her time with them, getting to meet everybody, and we went back to my hometown, and it was nice to be able to like show her around, where I went to school, and just the different landmarks, like my grandparents' old house, and different things in town that I remembered. Um, and talking about things I used to do when I was a kid. So it was really nice. Yeah, I really couldn't have asked for a better trip back. There was one thing that I probably still need to address, and one of my cousins, he and I are the two oldest cousins. I'm the oldest grandchild overall, and he's right behind me. But he's been the oldest male for 27 years, and well, not really, actually. He's only 25, but or 26, he'll be 26. But anyway, whatever. So for 20 odd years, he's been the oldest male cousin in our family, oldest male grandchild, and all of a sudden, I'm the new oldest male, and that's a role I've had to kind of think a little bit more about. Now I'm the oldest sibling in my family. I mean, I have been, but I am the oldest sibling in my family, and now the oldest male. And it's, I don't know why it's strange. I guess it feels a little different. I guess probably because it's coming from my family, and or a heavily Italian, kind of patriarchal family. Not too much. I mean, not in a way that's like demeaning towards women, but just that the head of the family is male generally, and they're highly respected, and there's a certain role I think you play. So I think trying to reconnect with him has been a little hard. I have not really known how to talk to him this past year, and I think everybody's been 100% supportive, and he's tried to be supportive, but we just have not really talked about my transition. And my aunt, his mother, said something to the effect that it has been hard for him with the transition, but that she felt, and she and my uncle have been really great, really awesome with me, and her take was that it would really help him to see me, and this was the first time I've seen him in a few years too, but also, I was about 9.5 months into transition, so I don't know. We didn't get a whole lot of time to just talk between the two of us, and I wish we could have. And I think I would like to address it with him and just see if he has some feelings, because it just wasn't the same. We've always been really close growing up, and it was just hard for us to kind of talk, and I don't know. That was sad. That was hard for me. But other than that, like I said, amazing trip. There was a funny moment. It was actually before my partner and I got there. It was the day that we were flying in, and I guess everybody was looking at pictures from the last time our family had gotten together, which was 5 years ago. So there's been a lot of changes, and I don't know who said it, but somebody said, "Oh, look, so and so's changed the most." One of my cousins, one of the younger cousins, like, he's grown so tall and so big over the last few years, and then my one cousin said, I don't think he's the one that's changed the most in this picture. And it took everybody a few seconds, I think, but then it was funny. So I missed that moment, but I was told the story afterwards, so it was funny. Yeah, I have changed the most since that last picture. Yeah, I thought that was funny. And yeah, I think it was a great trip, and I'm gonna start saying yeah. So, anyway, that's all I really have for the 10-month update. I am going to make a separate video, just talking about missing out on a boyhood, because that's something that did come up being around family, primarily a bunch of young male cousins. I do want to talk about that a little more, and what it has meant to me in the last couple months. So I will make a separate video on that. Anyway, that was 10 months, and hopefully the next couple will go by just as fast, and I'll be at a year, which for some reason just seems like a huge landmark. Seems to be in the trans community, but I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully I'll have a good video to put together for that. Yeah, so take care, everybody. Until next time.